Okay, my next layer I probably wouldn't use on this image, but I want to show you what it does. It's a very lazy man's dodge and blur tool, and this action will also be included. So they'll all be loaded up there, and you guys can work through them, play with them, and use them as you need to. But sometimes you'd go in and physically, like we did here on dodge and burn, we'd physically go in and dodge and burn the highlights and the shadows to get our effect. But here's a shortcut. So we're going to go into my dodge and burn, give it some time to work. And there we go, you can see it's ready to go. But if you take this layer mask off, you can see, oh my gosh, it looks horrid. No worries, it's got a black mask on it so you don't see it. You can just paint in the effect where you want. Nice soft brush, low opacity, just go over these creases, just to increase the highlights and the shadows on that. Now a lot of these techniques and actions that you're getting are compliments of people like Joel Grimes, Calvin Hollywood, and these really phenomenal artists. This dodging and burning, I just add a little bit of my own twist into it, and you can see now before and after, it's just bringing out those shadows, increasing the highlights a bit, and it's just giving it a nice 3D look almost to it. So let's see, on the retouching side, to be quite honest with you, I'm quite happy with that. I'm looking around, I don't see anything that I really want to change anymore. So yeah, I'm good with that. And all I'm going to do is select all these layers that I've done. You can see, oh my goodness, we've done a lot. But go down to your second to last layer, select them and put them all into a group and just call it retouch. Now you turn that layer on and off, and you can very easily see your before and after. And if you want to go into any one of these, let's take one and take skin off. I don't want that skin softening like that, or I want the opacity in. You can go in and totally change it during any layer. This is what's so beautiful about an absolutely non-destructive layer. You can sit and go back and retouch every little thing. So now what I do is we're going to do some color toning and adding some color to this and some emotion, some drama to this. So first you want to do, I want to bring out that sky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go layer, I'm going to go new full layer, and I'm going to put, name it sky, and I'm going to make it soft, and I want a blue. There we go, blue, maybe a bit of a less saturated blue, there we go. And I'm going to invert the layer mask. And all I'm going to do is take a brush, and I'm just going to paint back the effect into the sky here. And you can see it's a very low opacity brush, so it's not doing a lot unless you paint more and more into it. Okay, that looks good, that looks better. Then what I want to do, let's add, now there's so many ways to color tone, so let's go with a couple. Firstly, I'm going to go with curves. I really do like color toning with curves. I'm going to go curves, leave it like that, go into the curves layer itself, double click on that just like we would light and shadows, and I want to select a color in here. I'm going to go for that orange. Okay, press OK and then press no, and I'm going to go in there. No, that's not what I wanted. So now I'm going to do it again. Let's just press Ctrl Alt Z to get back. There we go. Press it again. I want a dark tone in the skin. And then what we're going to do is press no, and then select another tone, a darker tone in the skin. There we go. Beautiful. And I just want to bring the opacity down. There we go, that's stunning. Now, I want a little bit more of the blacks and darker tones to come out in the image. I don't want them to be so saturated. Sorry, my phone seems to be going crazy today. So there's two ways of doing this. You can go to your channels and look for the darkest contrasting channel, and you can select this blue, press Control, select that, go back to your layers, and now fillet layers, full with a black layer of 100%, say. So Control deselect to get that, and you can see there it's predominantly in the background and slightly affecting her, which is really nice. The other way you can do is you can double click on the side here, bring up your layer styles, and you want this layer, you want the blacks to come out on the underlying layer. So you can see there, ooh, there comes the funny blacks. Now click Alt on that arrow and it splits it in two. And you just drag it back as far as you can. Now you play with it. There we go, that looks about good. And you can see, bring up the opacity, let's go back in there. I want to just bring a bit more blacks in. And you sit and play with it. That's how we do this. So you've got your details in your blacks and your shadows, but the highlights are getting this beautiful tone to it. Okay, so that's curves. Let's try another color toning method. Get rid of that. I'm going to go to my gradient map, and now if you open, double click on there, you can see there's a whole lot of different gradients. And what I've done is I've loaded all my gradients into one template. So you go here, you choose your thing, your spectrum that you want, and you append it, and then what it does, it adds them right into the bottom. So let's have a look at this. It's usually quite nice. Okay, it looks weird, don't stress. So we're going to press OK, check reverse. No, I want that. All you do is bring down your opacity until you get the type of color toning you want. The balance of the color toning, and that looks really nice. And again, if you want to bring out the shadows, you can either go to channels, or you can go and click in here and just bring back the blacks where you want them. Press Alt and the arrow and split it, and then just balance it out a bit. And there we go. That looks stunning. I love that. And then you can also go into new full layers and blend modes and everything. You can really go wild with retouching this image color wise. Okay.